Welcome to the world of BRZ. BRZ, this is the Subaru Sports Coupe. You see it on the road, you see it everywhere. You've even seen the sibling. Why do I say sibling? Because this BRZ has got a twin, and the twin comes from Toyota, and it's called the GR86. Now, some years ago, Subaru and Toyota sat together and said, hey, let's build a sports car together. Let's build something that's accessible to a whole new demographic of car buyers, and let's bring them something that's going to be just enough power, good handling, fun to drive. All the elements that made the Mazda MX-5 a great product until today. Now, the Mazda MX-5, of course, is a convertible. This is a sports coupe. But they wanted that elements. They wanted all those elements ticked, and they got it. Now comes a brand new BRZ. Now, this car is 1 year old. You're probably wondering, why are we doing this review right now? Well, we wanted a manual. We wanted to test drive a manual. So Subaru Malaysia, Motor Image Malaysia, has just allocated this manual version for us to, I would actually say, enjoy. Let us explain further. So immediately you'll see a more, I would say, a more curvaceous, a more understated design language. Why I use the word understated is because the earlier BRZ was very, very aggressive looking. Very, you will notice it on the road. You've seen so many on the road. The Toyota version, which is called the GT86, also had a very aggressive looking stance. Now they've smoothened out the edges, smoothed it out, bigger headlamps, slightly flat arches, that incorporated side skirt, which I love, small little ducktail. Of course, some people add a proper ducktail at the back, but this is a small little ducktail, twin exhaust, a must, bigger rear lamps. Even the fuel cap cover follows the contours of the body shape. And if you come in, Mr. Cameraman, you'll actually see from the side how slightly flat arches really make a difference to fill in those beautiful alloy wheels, beautiful gunmetal alloy wheels. This is a car that needs no modification. This is a car that comes ready for you to just drive it and enjoy it. You don't need to, I know people have added big spoilers, lower rear valance, even added, extra side skirts, but no, this car is complete. It's ready. There's nothing else you need to do in terms of physical appearance. That's for me. But of course, if you got money, by all means. So let's talk a little bit about the interior of the car. Keyless go. You get in, proper full bucket seats, cloth trim. You got the side leatherette material here. Rear seats are not the biggest. I'm going to show you. They're not the biggest, but we managed to get two 5 feet something slim adults in the back with us sitting in front. But these are proper bucket seats. Seat belt has got a little clip here, because why? If you're a bit short like me, if you don't use the clip, the seat belt will, hinder your neck movement. But with this, actually, it sits perfectly. You got a nice center compartment here, 2 cup holders, reasonably deep, which is a good thing to have, because this car is going to be going fast, and you want to have that. You got your traction control, everything else. Most important, look at this. It's a manual. Now, this is why we wanted this car and we waited patiently. We wanted to drive the 6-speed manual. Decent sized glove box, infotainment system. You got this soft touch material up here, and then you got a digital meter. 3-spoke fat steering wheel. Come on this side. Multi-function steering wheel. And this is the best part, which a lot of you have been missing for years. A proper handbrake lever. This means you can do handbrake turns, you can do a bit of drifting, a bit of sliding. This is what sports cars are lacking today. They got a little button, a little button for your handbrake. You want a proper handbrake. Aircon vents, multifunction steering wheel, straightforward dash. A lot of functions in the dash. I'll show you later. Now, it's a small cabin space. You need to be a little bit agile to get in and fit in and be comfortable. But once you're in, nice precise gear shifting, nice chunky buttons here to operate the aircon. Aircon, you got rotary knobs that actually make a nice clickety clack sound. Very decent sound system. You got to listen to it. Go to a showroom, go to a Moto Image showroom, listen to the sound system. This comes original with the car. I'm going to start up the car. Look at how the meter cluster starts up. Okay, now because it's a manual, when you start it up, your left foot has to be on the clutch. Okay, now I'm going to switch it off and I'm going to start it again. Now if I press, it won't work. It'll light up, but it won't ignite. Because why? You must have your leg on the clutch and it starts up. Now it's a normal aspirated 2.4 litre engine. The previous engine was a 2 litre, so normal aspirated also. So you don't get a lot of power in the lower revs. Above 3000 revs, that's when you get the real power delivery, and it sounds just nice. It doesn't sound very aggressive, but it sounds just nice. Okay. Now, even when you're driving this car, you got to keep it above 3000, 4000 revs to really exploit this engine. But we'll get to that when we test drive the car. Nice 6-speed gear shifter, like I said, smooth with the shifts. To reverse, you click up and you're in reverse. You got a camera to see where you're going, because the rear glass is a bit small. But if you're an experienced driver like I am, you don't actually need the camera, because you can actually see quite well with the 2 side view mirrors and this. But just to make sure, you got the rear camera to see things below. Handbrake, like I said, must have in sports cars like this. So as you can see, Toyota Subaru Boxer. This is a co-developed engine with Toyota. So in the GR86, you have the exact same engine, exact same configuration. Everything is similar, except it's sitting inside a Toyota bodywork as such. Now the BRZ builds on the same formula as the original one. It's front engine, rear wheel driven sports car. Rear wheel drive, very important. Low mounted 4-cylinder natural aspirated engine. Okay, now like I said, it was working with Toyota. You get a 2.4 litre engine that now has 15% more torque over the previous version. Now this D/4S technology delivers 228 horsepower and 249 Newton meters of torque. Now the previous engine was giving out 200 horsepower and 205 Newton meters. So you have power increase, but of course you also have weight increase, because the previous car weighed in at 1190 kg and this car weighs in at 1277 kg. So even though now the power rating has gone up, but the weight has gone up. So this is the disappointing thing for me. Toyota should have kept the power down and put in this engine. But why did the weight go up? Now the weight went up probably because, more safety features, a slightly bigger body shell, maybe stronger impact front, maybe better quality materials. But again, they should have kept the weight down, because the magic of sports cars like this, and also its direct competitors, it's weight. The engine, you can't reduce the weight, but you can reduce the weight on the body. Now, if you go to the back of the car, I just want to show you something very interesting. The BRZ has a very small boot space, but it's the same boot space you'll find in the GR86, the Toyota version. Now, here's a shallow backpack I just put in here to show you. Because of the full-size spare tire, there's not much space inside. There's really not much space inside. Now, in the GR, the Toyota, you have a space saver. So the space saver is flushed. So you have a little bit more space. But then think about it, this is a sports car. It's not meant for you to be carrying, cargo or luggage or whatever. But if you want a weekend away with your other half, I think there's enough space. Because why? You also have the back seat. But if you're thinking of making this into a family car, please, it's not going to work. So, you understand that, and very important, Mr. Cameraman, come. Look at that. 3 pedals. 3 working pedals. That's what you want in a manual car. 3 working pedals. Yeah, you need it because clutch, brake, accelerator. The 4th one on the left, that's of course the rest. So this is the Subaru BRZ. What else do you want to know? How does it drive? Is it really as exciting as the old one despite its weight gain? Is it better than the Toyota version? Well, it's the same as the Toyota version, but is it better than the old version? Let's take it for a test drive and see. Come. So we're in the current model BRZ 2.4 manual. Now it's time for us to take it for a test drive. Let's start it up. The Boxer comes alive. Doesn't sound that inspiring when you ignite the engine because it's still a 2.4 normal aspirated engine. But it's all about getting the revs up, like I said earlier. So let's get out of this area. Nice size steering wheel. Good view out. Side view mirrors are giving me enough view out. Rear view screen is big enough. You got your screen here that also gives you your maintenance of the vehicle. I wanted to show you. Then you got all the normal functions. You got radio, media, everything else. Sound system pretty good. Let me just give you a taste of it. But you can't enjoy it over YouTube. Front facing, but you can adjust it to your liking. It's best for you to get in the car and listen to it yourself. Easy to see, easy to use. Touch screen, big little blocks of information. Now, if you're not used to a manual gearbox, you're going to have problems appreciating a car like this. But we drive a manual daily, so we can appreciate it. It's smooth, it's nicely gated, it's not too heavy with the clutch pedal. Response is very good for a normal aspirated engine. Brakes bite nicely. And this is a heavily used car because this is a media appreciated car. That means a lot of media have taken it out, abused it, had their fun with it. It's even been on a track a couple of times. But Subaru is maintaining the car, of course, because it's a media exchange test drive car. Steering is weighted just right, not too light. Power steering, of course, but not too light. You don't want a steering that's too light. You want a bit of weight on it. Now, you must understand, this normal aspirated engine, you need to keep the revs up. If the revs are low, you don't get that get up and go function. You understand what I mean? I'm sure you do, because you're a car enthusiast. In second, third, fourth. Bit bouncy, but why? Sport suspension, low profile tires. So as you can see, there is enough get up and go from this car. You don't need to actually have a turbocharged engine, even though the chassis is begging for more power. You can drive it as a commuter car, it still works fine. Yes, people say, oh, manual, difficult in traffic jam. But it's not difficult. You just have to get used to it. But if you want, please go ahead and buy yourself an automatic. To me, a sports car automatic, you just lose the whole appeal. So 6-speed, it'll tell you when you're supposed to change up. So I shouldn't have changed up to 5 just now because I'm still at the low rev. 3, 4. You can feel it. It's urging you. Good thing or bad thing, it's up to you. It's urging you. So this is probably the only car that will compete against the soon to arrive Honda Prelude. Yes, the Honda Prelude is coming, and it'll sit right in the same class as this car. We'll have to wait and see how much the Honda Prelude will be selling for, and then see whether they have a direct, competition among themselves. We know that the grey market brings in a lot of these cars. They're going for a much lower price. I mean, even some of them are even 100,000 ringgit cheaper than the new asking price of this car. But remember, new car, everything is brand new. You got warranty, after sales, everything covered. A grey used car, you don't have all that. So take that into consideration if you're thinking of owning one of these for the long term. Meanwhile, please go and test drive it. Have a feel for yourself to really appreciate what Subaru and Toyota have delivered. I'm a little bit drawn more to the Subaru version and the Toyota version, simply because it's a little bit more exclusive and it's a little bit more, I think I'm taken more by the design of it. That's all. The little touches. Thank you for watching DSF. Thank you for watching this video. Any comments, please share, good or bad. It doesn't matter. We learn from comments. Thank you.